Today in this video, I want to show you how to get started on one piece of your homework so that you'll know exactly how to do it when it's your turn to do it. So I am in D2L in our 075 class with a little mushroom. And if we go down to the homework, we're going to look at number 2. So it says, in your great writing textbook, finish the outline on pages 90 to 91 about the many faces of acting on pages 87 to 88. The many faces of acting is the title of the essay that we read for homework last week, right? And we answered some questions about it. So our job in this homework assignment is to make an outline for that essay so that we can understand the structure and organization of that essay. After we make the outline, we're going to take a picture of your outline on these pages, and then we're going to submit it to the assignment here. Now, the outline can be a little bit tricky to make when you first make it, so I want to do it together with you at the beginning, and then you're going to finish it by yourself, okay? So I'd like you to get your Great Writing textbook, and you can pause this video if you need a second to go and find it. And when you're ready, we're going to open up to page 89. So page 89 in your Great Writing textbook. It looks like this. At the top, there's a picture of some stage actors performing a fairy tale for children in Poland. And then these are the questions that we talked about for homework last time about the essay. At the bottom, I'd like you to take a look where it says classification essays. A classification essay is the first type of essay that we're going to write in this class. And a classification essay organizes or sorts things into categories. And we already started doing this with the example of sports, right? We sorted, how can we put all of the sports into a couple of different categories, right? With any topic, the key is to select one principle of organization, right? A principle of organization is the method by which the writer analyzes the information in the essay. In other words, what does the writer use to sort things into categories or to put them into categories? Here's an example. In classifying types of movies, a writer can choose among several principles of organization. So one principle of organization could be the genre or film type, right? And you guys started doing this in class the first day. You said horror movies, comedy movies, cartoon movies, right? These are all genres or film types. So this could be one way that we organize them into categories. A second way that we organize into categories is to talk about the period in which the movie was made. So this could be like the 1990s, it could be the 70s, and it could be the 60s, right? So talking about the time. Audience types could be another way to organize them. So we could talk about children's movies and teenager movies and adult movies, for example. And the last one is character roles. So we're just going to choose one principle of organization, but it's important to choose wisely, right? So I think for sports, a couple of students talked about land and sea, right? Land and water sports. And another way that we thought about sports was individual, right? By yourself. Or team was the other one, team sports. Okay, so again, depending on the kind of essay that we want to write, we would choose a different pattern of organization or principle of organization. So this is what about that classification essay. Now let's look at how we can outline this essay. So I'm going to close this up. And I'd like you to turn now to page 90, which is the very next page in your textbook. And this says, completing the outline of a classification essay. Read the outline for essay 4.1 to understand the essay's organization. Use the phrases below, so these phrases, to complete the outline. So essay 4.1 is the essay that we read for homework about film actors and, what was it? Oops. Film actors and stage actors and television actors. So I'm going to pull up my essay. 1 second here. Oop, I think I need to send it real quick. There we go. Okay. All right, so it is essay 4.1, which is on page 87, I believe. Yes, page 87. And so we're going to outline this essay, right, using this outline, okay? So the first thing we're going to look at is the different paragraphs. This says body paragraph 1, and it is about stage acting. What is the paragraph that comes before body paragraph 1? Well, let me go ahead and look back here. This is going to be the first paragraph. What do we call this first paragraph of an essay? Does anyone remember? If you're not so sure, you can take a look at this box, and remember we're going to choose words from this box to put in the outline. So let's see. It's not the conclusion. Oh, introduction, right? So here where it says number 1, we're going to write the kind of paragraph that is in that is the first paragraph. So I'm going to get my words here, and I'm going to copy down introduction, because that's my first paragraph. So you can write this also in your outline. Number 1, introduction. And in our introduction, we know that we have a hook, right? We said that's this one. This is the hook. We also have the connecting information. Remember, that connects the hook and the thesis statement. So that starts here and it goes all the way to here. That's the connecting information. And then finally, we have blank. What is in the blank? So again, we can look up here, and maybe I will even cross out introduction since I use that. What word could fit in here? What comes after the connecting information? So we have a hook, connecting information. What was that last thing? Let me take a look here. Do I see any words that fit? Oh, thesis statement. Remember that the last part of the introduction is called the thesis statement. So I'm going to cross out thesis statement, and I'm going to write it down here. Thesis statement. Okay, so I have in my introduction paragraph, I have a hook, connecting information, and then thesis statement. Introduction of the outline is perfect, okay? And again, notice that I'm just choosing the words that I write in my outline. I'm just choosing them from here. They have to be in the box, okay? Now, we're gonna move on to the body paragraph. This is the next paragraph. So after paragraph 1, I need paragraph 2. Let's see if I can find it here. Close that up. Here we go. Paragraph 2 is body paragraph number 1, right? So now I'm focusing just on this one. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so it's easier to see. And now I'm going to fill in this portion of the outline. Notice that in body paragraph 1, the focus is on stage acting. This is the point of development, stage acting. And notice that it has several key points, A, B, C, and D. And within each of those points, there is a supporting detail, okay? So I'm going to go back and forth between the essay and the outline to try to fill in the gaps. And I'm also going to use this box up here to fill in the gaps here. So the first thing that we have in stage acting paragraph is general information. They say it's the oldest type of acting, and then there's some missing information here. And then it also says performed on large and small stages. So I'm going to go back to the original paragraph, and I'm going to look for that information and underline it. Okay, one of the modern types of acting, the oldest form is stage acting. Ooh, oldest form, oldest type. Okay, so I'm going to underline that, the oldest form. Oldest form, and we talk about stage acting again. Okay, plays ranging from Shakespearean classics to more modern hits are performed in large theaters and on small community stages. Ooh, performed on large and small stages. Okay, so I'm going to underline that information too. Performed in large theaters and small community stages. Okay, so this is all the general information. That means that what is missing here must be between oldest type of acting and performed on large and small stages. So let me look back. What do I have between the oldest form and performed in large and small theaters? Well, it says plays ranging from Shakespearean classics to more modern hits. Okay, so that tells me that some plays are classic, and Shakespeare, he's very old, so some plays are old, and more modern hits. So some plays are old, some plays are modern, some plays are new. Okay, so I'm going to look back in the box for something about plays that are old and plays that are modern. Let's see. Oh, range from old plays to new ones. That makes sense. So I'm going to put this into the first blank here. So some general information about plays is that they range from old plays to new ones. And I'm going to put that into here. Okay, we're going to do one more. Performance and set. This is still body paragraph number 1, so it's still talking about the stage. And it says the performance and set is repeated each night. And then it has some blank information. So again, I'm going to go back to the original essay, and I'm going to look for the performance is repeated each night, and I'm going to underline it. Okay, in stage acting, the same performance is repeated. Oh, repeated, and the stage sets stay the same for each performance. Okay, so here it's repeated each night. And then here's some new information. The stage sets stay the same for each performance. Again, I'm going to look back up at my box. Ooh, sets stay the same. So that's very easy. I'm just going to copy that one and put it down here under performance. Sets stay the same. Okay? And students, this is all we're going to do. We're going to continue just going back and forth from the outline and the information in the box and going back and forth to each of the paragraphs to try and fill in the information. Okay? So I hope that that helps. You can do this on the computer if you want, but I would suggest just doing it in your book, writing it by hand. And then you're going to take a picture of the pages in the book and then upload it to the document. Okay? If you have any questions at all, please feel free to send me an email. And you can also make an appointment in my office hours. I still have office hours even though we have those canceled classes. Okay? So I hope that helps, and I will see you very soon, students.